What's up, guys? It's your boy Canon Corey, and I appreciate everybody who's been tuning in to my channel, keeping up with my vlogs as I'm getting ready to go on my birthday trip. But I wanted to take the time out real quick to give some of my other viewers some tips on how to fly using Volaris Airlines, because I noticed that there's a lot of people who are starting to be interested in Volaris, and some people have been discovering my video about it. So I want to give you guys some tips about how to fly Volaris Airlines if you're going to go ahead and make that decision, which there's nothing wrong with it, but there's definitely some things you should know as far as how to keep yourself like entertained and stuff like that before you go on the trip. So keep watching this video if you want to know some tips about how to fly Volaris. Okay, so tip number one is I highly suggest you to bring entertainment with you, whether that be like an iPad, a laptop, or maybe just your phone. Make sure you have something like stored on your phone that can entertain you, whether it's like games that you can play without Wi-Fi, or it's movies or something you can watch without Wi-Fi. The airline doesn't provide like a Wi-Fi service, not even for purchase. What you need to do is do something like what I did is I brought my iPad and I downloaded a full season of Flash from Netflix onto the Netflix app, and that way I can open it up and watch the season without having to even need Wi-Fi. And that easily got me through the trip that I went to when I went to El Salvador. Something like that, as far as like entertainment, bringing your own entertainment, that will go a long way, because once you go kind of like past 2 hours on a flight and you don't have anything to entertain you, sleep can only do but so much. The second tip is to bring snacks. I highly suggest bringing snacks, because the snacks that are available on the actual airline are like a bunch of things that I never really heard of. They're like snacks, like other country snacks, or like Spanish snacks that I've never really heard of. And so I didn't really know what to get. And then on top of that, the way that these other countries like process their foods and add preservatives and stuff, it's like the ones that they choose don't really fit right with the taste palette of my mouth of what I'm used to. So like, for example, a Coca-Cola in El Salvador tastes nothing like the Coca-Cola that you taste here in America. In America, it's like way stronger, has more sugar. In El Salvador, it's like not as sugary, and like, but it's like the sweet taste is kind of like an aftertaste to it. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. What you want to do is you want to bring some snacks with you, probably buy them in the airport from wherever you're coming from, and just bring them with you on the plane, and you can snack on those while you're in the flight. Another tip that will make your flight a lot easier and a lot better with Volaris is to brushing up on some of your Spanish skills. Because when I went to my flight and I was waiting at the actual gate, the way they start doing all the instructions of like knowing what group to go on and what to do when you go up there to scan like your passport or whatever, all of the instructions were in Spanish. Even though I was at an English or a United States airport, Bush Intercontinental, the entire crew that was handling the flight was doing the entire instructions in Spanish. So I just so happened to know that, you know, 3 is tres in Spanish, and I knew I was in group 3. So me, the whole time I just kept waiting to hear the word tres, because I didn't really know too much other Spanish. And when I eventually saw people who looked like they was in my group get up when I heard tres, I just went ahead and got a line so I can get on there. But for the most part, I didn't really know what they were saying. And on top of that, they don't have like a, we're gonna give you the English, they don't have like a Spanish version and then the English version later, and then Spanish and English. They don't go back and forth. Not until you get on the plane. When we got on the plane, they actually did the safety part. That's when you saw the whole English version of like the safety stuff. Another thing that I would say is to make sure you screenshot your ticket, or you have like your ticket somehow saved as like a PDF on your iPhone or your Android or whatever you have. So that way, if the Wi-Fi isn't working at the airport, you can be able to keep referring back to your ticket, because you never know when they need to scan your ticket. For me, when I was waiting on my flight, both times they called my name on the intercom, they had me scan my ticket, and I had to scan my passport. So I guess just to make sure, like, I don't know if it was like a background check or what, but they definitely do that as well. So having your ticket just already ready, like in like your photo album on your phone, it's a lot faster than trying to wait for the internet to work or connect to the Wi-Fi just to pull it back up. Have your ticket already in like some type of digital format waiting for you. Speaking of ticket, here's another tip. You definitely want to continue to check your flight information online over and over and over again as you're waiting, especially if you're within the 30-minute window of when you're supposed to start boarding. Because I've seen people at the airport waiting on Volaris, they completely change the gate at the last minute, or they change like your seat or whatever. Everything's last minute, and they don't really send you like a notification, but they just update all the information on your flight information if you log into your phone or whatever to see it online. So you just want to keep checking that. For some reason, they don't like call it over the intercom, or maybe they did call it over the intercom, but they said it in Spanish and I didn't know what they were saying. So it's very important to make sure you start to frequently check all of your flight information when you get to that 30-minute window. Another thing that's going to definitely help you feel way more comfortable on Volaris Airlines is if you bring like a neck pillow. You know, like the little horseshoe shaped pillows that you put around your neck and they kind of like let you sleep like this. You definitely want to have a pillow like that because none of the seats really like lean back like that on the flight. Not even the ones in the very front that might be more spacious and stuff like that. Nothing like really leans back, maybe like an inch or two, and it's kind of hard to sleep straight up. So you need something to where your body can still be up straight, but your neck can just kind of lean over and just be on some cushion. You can just kind of sleep like that. That'll save your life, especially if you plan on sleeping on the flight, or even if you don't plan on sleeping on the flight. When you just have that neck pillow right there for support, it kind of makes you feel comfortable, a little lazy, like you maybe want to take a little nap or two. It's really inviting, way more comfortable than the seating that they have on the actual flight. And the last tip, for some reason, that I definitely have to throw out there is make sure you don't record any of the staff while they're working or anything like that, because for some reason they have a policy in Volaris Airlines that they don't let any of their staff get recorded for like social media purposes or YouTube purposes or whatever. Me and the person I was with, we were trying to make content for the YouTube channel, and we were recording some of the staff while they were doing their safety briefing, and the guy came over immediately when he saw our camera in the aisle filming him to tell us that we are not allowed to record. So if you don't want your anything possibly confiscated or any issues that happen on the plane where you get kicked off or something like that, just don't even record the staff for your own safety and your own pleasure of your trip, because it'll just make things a lot easier. And if you are going to record them, just be sneaky about it. Don't let them see you doing it. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, follow those tips, man, and you'll have a great flight on Volaris. That's all I can really think of for right now. These are all the things that I did and all the things that I experienced while flying Volaris. I do recommend that flight if you do want to have an affordable flight out of the country. I feel like it's really equivalent to flying Spirit Airlines. I'm actually going to be flying with Spirit Airlines again in the next 2 days. I'm going to Puerto Rico, so be on the lookout for those videos as well. I also have some more videos and vlogs coming as I get prepared for my birthday trip. So it's a lot going on, guys. Just want to tap in with you guys real quick. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.